Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our reaction to Demon Slayer episode 19. What happened last time?
Last time we got a tiny bit of Inosuke's backstory, which was interesting. Okay, it was the fight with Tanjiro and Inosuke versus the father demon. He was very hard to slice through. They couldn't do it. Tanjiro got flung miles and miles through the forest. Inosuke almost got crushed, but Gyu showed up at the last second to just no problem kill the father demon. Meanwhile, Tanjiro got thrown right beside the brother and sister demons that are left. Tanjiro is right now, he called their bond forged, which was interesting. I wanted to talk about last time, but I forgot. But he was calling them out, and then the brother got really mad, and it ended off with sort of a cliffhanger of the thread coming towards him and breaking his sword.
Yeah. So we're going to see what happens this time. We had some less than positive things to say about last episode, but once again, that's not to say that we're entering the show in bad faith. We just have, you can watch the full reaction, the review, just to hear our whole thoughts on everything. But basically, it's difficult for us to feel tension because we know for sure that they aren't going to die because they set up that help was on the way, and the characters' arcs aren't completed, and they could kill them off in like a shocking way, but they're probably not going to die. And we're having a hard time like really being sold on the tension of all this. But that's not to say we're not enjoying the show. That's not to say that we're entering things in bad faith. We're ready to get into this reaction and review of Demon Slayer. We hope you enjoy our reaction and review, and you can get a week ahead on Patreon, but we hope you just enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, we hope you leave a like. But we're getting into this. Demon Slayer episode 19, Hinokami, I think is the name of the episode. Let's go. Here we go. Okay, what happened? Yeah, he just dodged it.
I wonder if Nezuko's gonna come out, or if Sister Demon is going to turn on her brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that because Tanjiro still, he still can deploy Nezuko when needed. Mm-hmm. Is the brother going to, further pressure the sister into fighting, maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sure everyone loves when you do that.
It looks different. Finally! Okay, how's your jaw looking there, Inosuke? I bet your face isn't so pretty anymore under that thing. Sword looks so fucking cool. You guys a fanboy now?
Are you joking?
Fucking kidding me?
Are you? It's just gonna be like, that wasn't it.
That scrub. Oh, who did you say? Are you fucking kidding me?
He's injured.
That was fast. Yeah, exactly.
True. I don't know that hanging him in the tree like that is necessarily good.
I think it's better than him rushing into battle and having to protect him. He doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah, but he could have tied him on the ground, is what I'm saying.
I suppose. Okay, what's going on here? Are you just watching him succumb to the poison lady? Okay, so we're just going backward, flashback time. He's got the fucking Deadpool hand. Oh, a whole team! Are they Demon Slayers or are they healers?
Oh, God.
Oh shit, way more that got cut off than I realized. Fuck. Well, now you need Nezuko, because it's gonna be real difficult to slice any heads off when the blade is like that fucking long. This is fucked. He has no defense other than evasion. What? What? She can heal though.
Absolutely destroyed.
No, he's like shocked.
Yeah.
Because of the
bond that they
bond.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It'll be fine. Just leave her.
But she's slow to heal because she can't eat people.
True. But she will heal. Rui. Is he just gonna kill her right now? Okay. Yeah, see? I think we guessed that from the start. Not that it was like super difficult to understand.
I don't think you understand how this works.
I wonder if he does, and this is like a test. Because that would piss him off even more if, like, they had this bond. And then he just threw her to the side to save himself. That would completely negate everything. But I don't know if he's thinking that deeply about it seems like.
Yeah, but a great bond.
That's what you just had, and you didn't even want it. This is demon backstory. I am the eldest sibling, the eldest child. Her arm's okay. How are you gonna dodge that? Up! Oh, okay. Oh. Until daybreak? What the fuck is he gonna do? Ah!
It's a broken neck right there.
Final form. This is my final form. It looks really good. Oh shit, he can do it. I didn't know you could scale the strength of your threads until now. There's no way. Are we about to see his dad?
They're so cute.
They are really cute. Ah, hey. He looks sick. Hinokami-sama. I think Hinokami means fire god or something adjacent to that. The dance looks really good. Oh shit. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool! There's the thread. Holy shit! Oh, when it comes up the side. Oh, shit!
New ending?
Looks like it. That was fucking incredible. That was really fucking well done.
That was so good.
Yeah, okay, I'll talk about it after.
Nice.
See, that... Okay, so we just talked last episode about how we, like, we weren't really feeling the tension and weren't really in it. What about that? So this is the problem. Because, like, what about that was so good? What about that was so... And so different? Like, what did they do differently there that allowed us to... Even though we're kind of, like... sort of, not jaded, but... I guess jaded? That's not the word I'm looking for.
I don't know.
Sort of resistant to the... resistant to that, like, level of investment where you're, like, fully engaged.
Yeah.
You know, what about that worked where last episode didn't?
I honestly think... But the thing is, the like, threat of him actually dying is even less in this... The threat...
Yeah.
Like, the, like, ever-looming threat of, like, ooh, Inosuke might die was significantly higher
100%.
than it was for Tanjiro because he's literally the main character of the story. But for some reason, I was significantly more concerned during this fight, and I almost teared up when their mom came in and was, like, telling Nezuko to wake up. But I don't know why this got to me so much more, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's that's how you know they're doing it right. That's how you know that, like, they're actually accomplishing what they're setting out to do. Where even if they're relying on cliches and conventions and they're just honing that to a fine point, they're able to sort of blow past the wall of main character's not gonna die, like, plot armor, but, like, more than that. Like, there's no story without Tanjiro. You're not going to cut these people's arcs short just for a shocking ending, like, not even at the end. Like, it's logically, we know it's not going to happen, but something about the fucking composition, the music,
the music was
animation
on point
being
in there.
like, okay, so, like, animation, like in God of High School, the animation was beautiful, but I never felt super attached. I appreciated it for what it was doing, and it was good, and I like it, but they were doing a similar thing where they're trying to rely on the conventions. I'm not trying to, like, make this a God of High School discussion, but I'm just using another example of, like, a tropey, like, cliche shonen story that is trying to bring a new level of sharpness to these old conventions and cliches, which is the same thing that sort of Demon Slayer is doing. But I never felt like that. I never got that out of it. In this episode, it succeeded in sort of overwhelming me with the good shit to the point where I don't even care if I feel tension. It doesn't matter. But I do feel tension. When fucking Nezuko awakens her blood demon art, and I'm just like that fucking got to me. That was epic as hell. That was so crazy. And not in, like, a Michael Bay, this is insane. Not in a, whoa, he used the Kamehameha, and it was bigger than the other guys. It was like, maybe it was on that level. Maybe it was, those things are in the same ballpark. But I actually felt that. Maybe it was because it was attached to all of this other character backstory. They did that thing where they flash back in this dire moment.
Yeah, they had flashbacks. And the thing is, we've known Tanjiro and Nezuko for so long that we know how deep their bond is.
Yeah.
And the whole point of that scene was about their bond and their family and their fucking, the, like, legacy that their parents left behind, that, like, they are fucking, like, in this moment, Tanjiro is, like, sort of reconnecting with his destiny, that was handed down to him by his father, and Nezuko is also inheriting some of that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think like the whole, like, family legacy and the bond between the siblings really brought that to another level.
Yeah.
And the fact that both of them were, like, inspired by each other to like keep pushing on in that fight, because, like, Nezuko is up there, and then the last second she awakens her power, like, he awakens his secret power that he forgot about, and she awakens this new power that she didn't even know she had.
And just visually, like, going from you literally set him up as, like, water breathing, and then tease early on about, like, the child of fire or whatever that thing was really early on.
Yeah.
And then bring it back, and not... So it goes from, like, this vibrant, beautiful blue with, like, tri-shade of blue. Really nice, beautiful, like, those water effects from the beginning, they've been incredible. But then when he goes fucking Super Saiyan, it's, like, all fire, and it's, like, bright orange and reds, and, like, it brings that contrast to it, and you really feel that, like, the intensity was turned up visually.
I'm wondering if...
And he didn't just do the thing... One more thing. He didn't just do the thing where he, like, Hinokami mode, Kagura mode, or whatever the fuck, and then he goes in and slices them and the head falls off. No, the demon realized, oh shit, backed up, and then he turned it up too, and then there was, like, some significant, like, tension in the fight, because now they're fighting on a higher level than they were before.
And it was the whole thing of Tanjiro was literally willing to sacrifice himself in that. He was willing to die. It wasn't just, oh, he might have died, but probably not. It was, he was going to die, and he had accepted that, and then Nezuko saved. It wasn't like, Nezuko, save me while Nezuko, you have my back, right?
Well, the important thing there is, like, he was prepared to die, but we were sold on that. That's the other thing. It's like okay, so Tanjiro still wasn't going to die there, obviously. And I thought that for a second while I was watching, but, like, it doesn't matter, because I'm sold on the fact that he is prepared to do what it takes, and that's the tension.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he has plot armor or not, if he is prepared to die and is fighting for his life.
It's believable that he's prepared to die.
Yeah, exactly. It's believable that he really believes that he can die here, and that's okay, as long as I fucking get the strike in. Yeah. Like, that's enough. It doesn't I don't have to fear for his life. I guess that's the answer.
If he's, like... If he believes that, I can believe that he believes that, even though I don't believe it.
I can be sold based on the voice acting, based on the whole situation. Particularly the voice acting, I think, has to be on point. If the voice acting was shit, I don't think it would have worked. Even if we don't understand Japanese, you can still tell the intensity, especially in moments like that. And so the tension doesn't have to come from, is he gonna make it out? Because obviously he's going to make it out. That's not the point. The point is, look at the story that's happening here. That's the real shit. And I'm sure maybe some of you in the YouTube comments of last episode, because we're recording this way in advance, probably were like, well, just wait for next episode if you want some tension.
Which is why we're recording in advance, because we don't like when people do that. But I was going to say, I wonder if that's why he has a black sword. Is his sword going to be red now? Or is he going to keep a black sword because he can do both? I guess I'm just interested in that, because I think Gyu seemed to have, like, a blue tint to his sword, or, like, a silver. I couldn't tell if it was blue or silver, but he does the water technique. Same thing, so maybe it's a blue sword. And Tanjiro's, they were like, oh... It could be red, because you look like you're a child of fire kind of thing, and then it wasn't, but it was black, and they were like, well, that's kind of weird, but okay, I suppose so. And his sword just broke, so obviously he has to get a new sword. So I'm wondering.
I hope we see Orokodaki again.
So I'm wondering if the sword is still going to be black as like that's just who he is, or if now that he's realized his own, like, family's power, if he'll have a red sword, or like what that will do. Yeah.
And the more I think about this is still, like, once again, It's relying on those conventions. This was a classic, like, transformation, Super Saiyan transformation type shit, where you're brought to the edge and then you awaken something in your past. There's nothing new going on here.
No.
But once again, it doesn't fucking matter. I feel like a lot of people are really attached to, like, and I am too in some cases. In shonen, I give it kind of a pass. Of a lot of people are like, they want a deep show. They like, oh, this show's better because it's deep. This, like, I'm thinking of Tower of God and God of High School. So Tower of God,
they're completely different.
They're different shows, but the point is, everyone in the debate of, like, which was better, people usually say Tower of God because the story was deeper, or the anime adaptation. And again, I'm not turning this into, like, we're still talking about Demon Slayer, I promise. People cite Tower of God as, because it has deeper themes and a deeper story, means that it's better. That's not fucking true at all. To me, what I liked about God of High School is that it does a similar thing here, where it draws on those conventions, but presents them in an interesting way, or at least a visually interesting way. But that's better than a poorly executed, deeper storyline. Like, it's you know, it strikes me as a bit edgy when people are like, oh, yeah, it's so cliche, the tropes, this or that. And I'm kind of like that depending on what's going on. But in something like this, where the point of the show is not to, you know, make you, oh, I gotta meditate on, like, the fundamentals of reality. What does it mean to be a sibling? What does family mean? It's like, no, family means this or that. Like, it's basic shit. These questions have been answered. We don't need to break new ground in order to make a meaningful experience. You can, this proves it. That this is a perfect example of, you don't need to reinvent the wheel in order to fucking build a car, I guess, or whatever metaphor you want to use. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. A wheel can work just as fine. You just make it better. And they did. They made it better. This was better than fucking the Super Saiyan transformation. Now, it's hard to compare that because that was, like, more than 20 years ago? Yeah, like 25 plus years ago. At least as far as the anime. But it's just like, yeah, if you are going to compare them, they did the same shit. There's nothing new here. They have not broken any new ground, but they did it in such an awesome fucking way, and I really respect it, because that was great.
Yeah.
That was really awesome.
It was nice. I'm really glad, I'm just really glad that I actually was able to, like, fully get into that episode in that moment, because I'd been struggling, like, we talked about it last episode, but it's been kind of in the back of my mind for a while with this show of just, like, there's a wall in between where I'm viewing it as this show, not, like, as a beautiful story, but, like, as a beautiful show, where it's kind of just, like, yeah, they're doing everything right, and everything's so great. And that's kind of it. Yeah,
you aren't feeling that immersion.
I'm not like, oh no, Tanjiro did this, and that must be so hard on him, you know? That wasn't what I had been coming away with after each episode.
Yeah.
And this one was, like, the big one that I was really, like, I was really sold on the relationship between him and Nezuko. Mm-hmm. Because especially at this point, Nezuko doesn't have much of her own personality.
And for the last arc, we haven't even seen her. Like, she helped Tanjiro with that one fight with the fucking, the Tamari. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or, like, the little balls and the arrows and shit. Mm-hmm. But since then, we haven't really seen her. She's been asleep, or she's been, like, in the mansion or whatever, she was there. But she hasn't been involved in the plot for a while, because they were introducing Zenitsu and Inosuke. So that required some time away from Tanjiro and Nezuko. But now that they're bringing it back, and yeah, I had been feeling the same thing too. Last episode sort of brought that to a peak, but they really delivered this time, and I think I'm, like, back in it. I think going forward, as long as that carries, and I have faith that it will, I can be a little bit more invested or immersed.
And I don't mind, like, that it, like, came to that head, because it kind of, like, I'm gonna compare it to God of High School just one last time, is that what was so good about God of High School is every time we felt like something was missing, and we were like, oh no, they're gonna
Yeah.
go down the road, and one more episode of this, and they're down the point of no return, and it's gonna be garbage. And every time they fucking saved it and made it even better than our expectations, which is kind of like this.
We'd be like, oh, well, we need some more time, like, with fucking Daiwi or with Mira. And the next episode, we literally got that. Like, they gave us exactly what we wanted every single week.
And exactly when it was needed. Not a second too early, not a second too late. Like, this one, I was thinking it was a second too late. But then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is kind of exactly what you want.
And to be fair,
for a show.
If we hadn't had that, like, cynicism, we would have enjoyed this fucking way more. But it's hard not to when you've just seen enough stuff. If this was your, I wish this was my first shonen ever. If this was the first time that, if I had never seen Naruto, if I had never seen Dragon Ball Z, if I had never seen fucking Inuyasha, which I haven't quite finished, any long-running shonen, if this was my first one, this would be the dopest shit I had ever seen in my fucking life. That would have been the greatest thing I'd ever seen, and it was one of the best moments, I think, in shonen that I've ever seen, because it was just so well done.
Mm-hmm.
But, it just sucks that it's just what happens. It's just kind of what happens when you have seen it before. It's really sucks because I wish it wasn't. I wish that I can enjoy this like I was a first time viewer of this story. But, you know, even if you've seen Harry Potter or the Avengers movies or fucking anything like this, you know exactly what's coming. So yeah, and but that once again, that's not a point in its against it. That's not any point against it. So. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Chris Janvey,
Nelson Barbosa,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Brian,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Brandon Bruce,
Fallow,
Mord Tarragon,
Alfonso Reynoso,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Angu,
Lolly Convict,
Takamasa Baba,
Vanity,
Redacted,
Josue Gonzalez,
Zachary Pora.
Mohammed Buran Ahmed. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.